Hi, and welcome back to Mr. Petrimo's tutorials. Today, we are going to learn how to make a simple assignment in Google Classroom. So we're going to start out here on my sample classroom, and we have our toolbar up top, and we are this time going to use the classwork tool. So click on the classwork, and then we have the big create button. So I'm going to go ahead and click that create button. And for today, we're only going to do the assignment. So we will revisit these other options later with different tutorials. For today, we're just going to click on assignment. We're going to make a simple assignment. We are going to do the interactive slideshow assignment. And give it a title and then give it instructions. Create your own interactive slideshow, blah, 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 blah. Do all your instructions there. Now, we have some options here. The first option is for which Google Classroom we're going to assign it to. So we can assign it to multiple. Again, if you have like that grade 6 math and you have 4 sections of it, you can choose all 4 sections. Right now, I'm going to just assign it to my Petrimo sample classroom. I'm going to give it to all students. Remember, you can scroll down here, and if you have a student working on a different unit, you can uncheck that one student, and it will not assign it to that person. This comes in handy later on when you're grading too, because it will leave these points off for that student. It won't count it in their final grade. So that is a handy feature if you're going to do that. The point system right here, you can mark it ungraded, or you can change it to be 100 points. Oops, 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 oops. 100 points or whatever point value you assign it to. The due date, if it's a big project and you want to leave it open-ended, just select no due date and leave that empty. Or you can choose a due date. Let's make it due Friday. You can also give it an optional time, Friday at midnight. And now I have a good due date. The topic, this comes in handy when students are searching for things on Google Classrooms. It's not necessary. I usually leave this blank, but you can also create a topic and say slide shows. And we are now down to our last feature, which is the rubric. The rubrics are a little bit tricky, and we're not going to go into the rubrics on this tutorial. That will be its own separate tutorial. They are very tricky. So now I have my basic setup. I have my title, I have my instructions, I have all my settings on the right side, and now it's time to add in my sample. So I'm going to go to the add button, and I'm going to go to Google Drive where I have my sample interactive slideshow. And they are going to look at my interactive slideshow right here. Just double click it, and it's going to add it to the bottom. Now, before you post anything, you have to be careful to have your settings correct. Now, this one is my sample, so I do not want students to be able to edit this file. I also do not want them to have a copy for each student. I just want them to be able to view this. This is their sample. They're going to look at my sample, and then they're going to create their own. I should probably put that in the instructions. Using my example, comma, create your own interactive slideshow. Now, we are ready to go, and you can post this as it is, but there's another very convenient feature here that you may not want to overlook, and that is we can create a blank slideshow to add to this. So I'm going to go to the create button, and I'm going to go to slideshows. Now, there is a really neat feature with this. It's going to make a brand new one, and I can change the title of it, or I can leave it alone, because Google is going to automatically retitle this slideshow. Now, on the blank one, I am going to actually check students make a copy for each student. The beauty of this option is that each student is going to get this blank slideshow, and Google will automatically rename it with their Google ID names. So you'll be able to easily sort through your Google Classroom and find and grade for each student. You won't have to worry about directing them to change the name for you, so you'll know which one is which. You can also, this also gives you the option of presetting this template into a template, and then they'll be able to just fill in the blanks if you want to do it that way. For right now, we're just going to make a blank copy for each student. they're going to look at my example and going to make their own interactive slideshow. All right, I have all my settings correct. And I am now ready to assign. Now we have some options up under the assign button. You can schedule it. So say this is Thursday's project, you can click on it and schedule it for Thursday, the 19th, 8 a.m. Might even want to switch that to 7 a.m. just so it's ready when they go, and you can schedule it. And now that is going to post onto the classroom. So again, this is grayed out because it's not available yet. It's scheduled for Thursday. If I want to change that, I go to my three dots and I go to the edit button, and I can re-change that, not the due date, the schedule. I can change that schedule, just exit out, and that removes the schedule, and now I can assign it immediately. And if I hit that assign button, I'm going to give it an assignment, and it will take a moment to post. And now the students have a new assignment. It is due March 20th at midnight. And students will be able to click on that assignment, read the directions, see my example, because you'll be able to click right on that, open up their own and fill in the assignment. You will also be able to see who has finished and turned it in later on in the week and how many students it has been assigned to. So that's a basic creating an assignment with Google Classroom. I hope you enjoyed it. And our next topic is creating a quiz using Google Forms. That will be a fun one and very useful. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.